Hello, my fellow readers. This is I, Dark Symphony 7 Simpson, with another update. I've done like so many updates. It's not even funny. I've done so many updates. I might as well just start calling them like video diaries because that's what they are. It's just me talking about like updates on the channel and any future things I'm going to be doing. Mainly because I don't trust Twitter. I don't trust Facebook. I don't trust any of that. TikTok's banned, thank God. And, other stuff. Just keeping everyone up to date because everything that's been going on. So, what's been going on? There was a lot of stuff happening at my job. That's why I haven't been updating a lot, because how my store kind of gets more out. Because my hours have been fluctuating like a lot. And it doesn't help that I've mostly been getting my days off on Fridays and Sundays. And Fridays are pretty much the only day I can actually record, because Sunday my entire family's home, and I can't really record on Sundays, because if my family's home, they're just gonna start yelling and screaming, and I won't be able to record anything. That's it. There's been like another store that opened nearby, and we actually helped them out. We sent other coworkers there, and then like so much stuff outside of our control, not even related to the virus, it's just outside stuff, has constantly been happening. So I've been constantly stuck at work because my boss does rely on me a little too much, in my opinion. But, hours are hours, money is money, time is money. Sorry. And, that's it. Now that, everyone is back, because now the store is opening, they're just looking for people to hire and stuff like that. Everyone's back at the store. My hours should be stabilizing. More than likely, I probably still will be only recording on Fridays. Possibly. I'm lucky to be able to record because my boss needed me on Sunday, and so she actually just gave me Wednesday because she actually needed me on Sunday. Otherwise, I would be recording this video on Friday. But now that that's out of the way, my whole thing, honestly, if it's really just work that's kind of holding me up right now, because I'm always at work and stuff like that. If I like a Patreon and stuff like that, and I get a bunch of subscribers, yeah, I could probably start working from home. Make here's $1,000 a month. Okay, thank you. That would be cool. But anyway, let me talk about the big thing that I wanted to make this video specifically about, and that is the introspection of the Mole Trilogy. I've been trying to start this project for so long. I have been wanting to do this video essay for months at this point, because I want to dig deep into how the whole dynamic, all the themes, and dig deep into how everything works. But the problem was I wanted to actually edit the video, but with work and basically I don't know how to edit. I really don't know how to edit. And so I'm kind of at an impasse that I did ask. I even asked the author hey, do you want me to edit? Do you want me to do this video without editing or with editing? And he just replied yes. Well, he replied of course, but it's I have no idea if it's yes to no editing or yes to editing. I'm just completely in the dark about that. So I'm kind of actually leaning towards doing it without the editing, mainly because it would just take way too long and way too much time to actually be able to edit. If I knew anyone who knew how to edit, or if I could learn how to edit myself, get the time to edit, learn how to do it, I would. But I literally can't, and this project that I've been trying to do has been on the back burner for so long that I just want to do it. I would have to read the trilogy again, mainly Agent's Elevation, because I need to zero in. I kind of more or less know the themes and all the characteristics of Trader Abroad and Senator's Island, but Agent's Elevation will be the one I really need to read again And that will take a while because Ages of Elevation is pretty big. And not to mention, it is, like I said in my review of that story, it is completely structurally different from the previous two stories and how it presents itself, and the characters, and the setting, and the themes. It's just a completely different story from the previous two. I'm happy that Chris Etchers did go back to the traditional Mole format in Deceiver's World with Smash Brothers and stuff like that. It's pretty obvious. Like, I like that story so far. But I don't think it's going to be as good as Saboteur's Island, mainly because Saboteur's Island was just a perfect blend of everything in the world. It looks like, right now, Deceiver's World looked like it might be going that route, like the same route that made Saboteur's Island so good, just done in a completely different way. We're still at the very beginning, like, we're still on episode 3, so it's only starting to pick up right now, but that's it. But that's fine for what it is. The other thing is, I do have a bunch of stories that I do plan on reviewing in the future. I have a bunch of stories I want to do readings of. The next ones I'm going to be doing what are they? I have 2 stories that right now I want to do. No, 3 stories, my bad. What was the third one? Where was the third one? Oh yeah, here they are. Okay, so I have Professor Ark, Call of Duty Equestrian Warfare, and Legend of Zelda: Ruto's Destiny. Those are the 3 story next reviews I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing Equestrian Warfare first, simply because 1, that's the shortest one, and 2, I was specifically asked for that one by the author, Chrome herself, mainly because she's just, I want to cheer her up because of that stuff that's happening. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm like pen pals with her, and she's kind of telling me, and it's like, I thought I'm gonna do this review next, just as a way to cheer her up, just make her happy and stuff, and have her. And then, the other ones I plan on doing. There's a couple other stories that I plan on doing in the future. There's Darkness Arises Reborn. That's a story I've been wanting to review for so long because I really, really love Darkness Arises. It is probably my favorite Resident Evil story, next to Enduring. Probably the only one that's probably as I like as much as it would be probably Project Lucifer. Project Lucifer is another story that I've been wanting to review. I probably won't do Project Lucifer until next year because it's getting close to October, and I probably won't have time to do Project Lucifer because 1, Darkness Arises is freaking huge, and 2, all the other stories. I got Define Hero, which is a Teen Titans Young Justice crossover. Dynamic Equilibrium. This is a story I've actually been trying to review for a while, but every time when I did read this story, stuff always happened outside, and I completely forgot, and I completely just abandoned it in the middle of the story. So this is a story I've been wanting to at least finish reading. It's made by the same person who did the Fusion of Destinies, the Metroid Harry Potter crossovers, and I really love those stories, especially Day of Reckoning. And this story was shaping up to be better than Day of Reckoning because, first off, it's just a weird crossover, and 2, based on everything that's going on, it was just so good. And I got like halfway, and then I literally had to stop because all stuff that's been happening. There's I Against I, Me Against You, which is a Red vs. Blue My Little Pony crossover. There is a bunch of Mega Man novelizations that are basically novelizations of Mega Man's 3 to 7 and Mega Man X. They're all done by the same author. Then I got 2 Star Wars stories that I plan on reviewing. Those 2 were suggested. One was suggested. The other one I found on my own. And I just liked the idea. So those are those are going to be in the future. Straw Hats in the Iliad. Those story, it's a 2-part, well, it's supposed to be 3. The only reason I even looked at the stories because the sequel of first off, it's based off the Greek epic, the whole, the epic Odyssey and the Iliad and stuff like that. I thought that was cool. Plus, the sequel has probably best One Piece waifu, Perona. I really like Perona, and hopefully, usually when it comes to stories that have characters not really used a lot in fan fiction, they're usually home runs. So I thought, okay, it's Perona. She's like she's the ghost princess. She's like really, really funny. Can we see something amazing with that? And finally, there's Shadow Chasers. I did like one of my very first fan fiction actually reviewed was actually written by the same person who wrote this story, and Shadow Chasers is probably the single most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh fan fiction of all time, mainly because it spawned like a gigantic universe, like a gigantic recursive fic world that lots of other people have actually written in that universe, and it's usually regarded as like one of the best fan fictions out there, especially in regards to Yu-Gi-Oh fan fiction. I read a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh fan fictions, and Shadow Chasers was actually among the best, despite how old it is. Like at this point, how old is Shadow Chasers at this point? It is over a decade long, and it's still, till this day, one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh related. And it's Yu-Gi-Oh 5D, so not regular Yu-Gi-Oh. So there's no Yami, there's no Kaiba, it's 5Ds with Neo Satellite and stuff like that. Since I thought I read my first one was written by the same author with the Yu-Gi-Oh, the Thousand Year Door Yu-Gi-Oh crossover, I thought, why not go back to him, read the story that made him a well-known figure, despite he has a new name, and let's go wild. Let's just read this one. And so that's it, so that's basically what I have in the future. I do have a couple of readings that I do plan on doing. One is actually a classic Yu-Gi-Oh fic written by Little Karibo himself. I cannot wait to do that one because it's freaking Little Karibo. So there's that. I do have a couple other ones more centered in other animes and books and stuff like that. Don't worry, I know where to find them. I just gotta look for them. Do recommend me some stories to do readings of, and that's it. Oh, there was one more thing I do want to mention. I am considering doing another Q&A. I really liked the first Q&A. I thought maybe every once in a while I'd do a Q&A, just more as a relaxing video and stuff like that. Tell me what you think. Should I do another Q&A in the future? This one wouldn't be anything related to, questions. This would probably be more like a themed Q&A. Like if you have any questions about, like, I don't know, anime, stuff like that. I'm just throwing balls. Play that, or like a video game themed Q&A, like theme one, but like more general questions would probably be reserved for like special occasions. Well, I'm just, like I said, I'm just guessing. So that is this update. I do apologize, as I always do, because of the lack of updates and stuff like that. I am still trying my best to try and get everything squared away and get everything finished, so that way I can try and read everything as fast as I can. And that is it. Oh wait. I also got the shirt online. I just wanted everyone to see it. That's why I wore this one, because this is from a web series that I really like. And I'm thinking, maybe I should just talk about it a little bit. Maybe make a video about Porkchop and Flat Screen. I really like the series, and I really like the shirt. So shout outs to MZ Ozavacker. So that is this update. This has been Dark Symphony 777, and cut.